Hi, I'm your TA for this course, Empirical Method 1. Due to coronavirus, we need to do the seminar online. And let me introduce myself first. So as you can see on the whiteboard, my name is Zhou Zhiyu, and I'm from Taiwan. But if you think my name is a bit too difficult to pronounce, you can also call me Gary as well, since almost every Taiwanese people has English name to make foreigners easier to remember or call us. Yeah. So you can either call me Zhi or Gary as you want. And this is my email address. So especially like at this point, so since it's not likely to meet you in person or in the office, it's quite important to remember this email address if you have any questions. So let's start today's seminar. So as you can see, what we are going to do today is to introduce you STATA, which is also the software that we are going to use in this course. And you can see on the slides as well. So other than me, there is another TA as well. She is called Kiara. And if you have any questions, you can also send an email to her as well. And after I finish the seminar today, I will upload this slide into Athena. So you don't need to pause this video to just to write down any words on the slide because I will upload that afterwards. So let's start today's seminar. Let me introduce this course first. So the aim of this course is to make you able to empirically analyze economic problems. So first, of course, we need some tools, including the concepts of statistics that you will learn in lectures, and also the ability to use statistical software that we will teach you in the seminars. And then you need to apply these tools, no matter concepts or software, in the 5 assignments. And the final goal is to make you able to produce a term paper. So what you learn in this course is to make you able to write a term paper in the last of this course. Yeah. And in this course, we will also have 2 additional computer sessions to make you more familiar with STATA, and then 5 seminars for 5 assignments afterwards. So yeah, below is some information about assignments. So the assignments should be done in groups of 2 to 3 students. So it's better to form groups in 2 to 3 students. But of course, if you insist that you would like to do the assignment alone, it's still okay. but for us, it's better for you to form in groups, because if you have any like questions, you can ask your friends, and actually discussion is a quite good way to make you more familiar with the things that you learned, no matter in the lecture or in the seminar. And then here is a reminder. So assignment 1 is due on April 2nd, 6 o'clock. So you need to hand in a do file, so which I will tell you later what the do file is. But basically it's the file describing the coding that you write down. And then another one is a PDF file containing your solutions to the exercise on Mondo. And another thing that you need to remember is that in the do file, which contains your code, you need to comment your code thoroughly to describe what's the purpose of the coding that you write in the do file. So in this introduction, you will get to know 5 things. So first is the layout of the program. So what does STATA look like? And the second is how to set up a working directory. So working directory means that you will work on the data and store the things that you did in STATA in the working directory. And the third thing is how to import the data and saving the data. And the fourth one is how to store your comments. And the fifth one is since like we are also we don't know everything, of course. So if you have any questions that we cannot solve, like how you can get help if you have any problems about the comments. So first, there are different file types that we will work with. So the first one is called DTA file. So the DTA file is a data file that contains data. So basically, STATA works in DTA file. And so the first important thing is that STATA can only open a data set at one time. So if you open a data set, A data set first, and then you try to open B data set, so the A data set will disappear, and then there will be only B data set in STATA. And the second type of file is called do file. So a do file basically is a script file where we write our code. So it contains the coding and the comments that you want to operate in STATA. And the third type is called log file. So as you can see on the screen, so a log file is a text file that stores all comments that we have typed in a command window and the resulting output. So it's basically a log file is something like historical record of the things that you did in STATA. So first, we will open up STATA and show you what STATA looks like. So now you can see on the screen. So this is the layout of STATA. So you can see in the center. So here is the results window. So you can see the result of regression or anything that you did appears in the center. And then the window below the center here is called the command window. So you can, so other than do file, you can also write your commands here as well. And the left here is the historical record window, so which shows the past commands that you operate. And right, there are two windows, like two panels. So the upper one is the variable panel, so which shows the list of variable in your data set. And then the lower one here is the properties panel, which show the property of the data set or variable that we works with. So you can see here our name, label, type, format, value labels, and notes. So now let's go back to the slides and start our first tasks. So the first task is to set up the working directory. So just like what I said a few minutes ago, so a working directory is the files that you would like to work on and where the STATA will automatically put the results of the comments in. So that is go back to STATA again. So you can check your current working directory by typing pwd in the command window. So just like this, pwd. And then now you can see that the STATA show us that our current working directory is in the documents. And so this is how we check where our working directory is. And one thing, and another important thing, a very important thing is that STATA is case sensitive. So which means that, so the capital letter is totally different from the small letters. So CD and capital CD will produce two different outcomes. So if you type PWD in capital letters, the STATA cannot recognize it. I can show you. So as you can see on screen, so the STATA cannot recognize capital PWD, but only the small letters PWD. And then now it's the second part. So we are going to load and save data. So you can see like how we load the data, export an Excel spreadsheet, and also save the data. So you can clearly see how we do it in the command. And what I'm going to do next is to show you some examples. So though like a few minutes ago, I say that there are mainly three type of files. So DTA, do file, and log file. But in STATA, actually you can also import an Excel as well. and then transform the Excel spreadsheet that you import to the DTF file, which is the file that the own type of data that STATA use. So first, if we would like to load a data set from our current directory, so what we need to do is to first make sure that the data set that we would like to use is really in the current directory. So as you can see, our current directory is in the documents. And I would like to import the data set in the documents, which is the current directory. So I need to check whether the data set that I would like to use is really in the working directory. So as you can see here, so this is the DTF file called working hours that I would like to use, that I would like to load in STATA. And now it's in the documents. So now I can load them. So let us come back to STATA. So to load a data set, just like what you saw in the slide, so we type use. Yeah, so remember it should be the small letters rather than capital letters. And then the file name, which is called working hours dot DTA, and then use working hours DTA clear. So as you can see, after we type this, so you can see here in the variables panel, so we really like successfully load this data set in STATA. And the reason why I write clear here is because clear means that we will clear the past data set like already in the STATA, because remember that I just say that there can be only one data set in STATA at one time, like at one point. So the clear is to clear the system and then like load the data set that you would like to be. And then the next one is, now we are going to import an Excel spreadsheet. So we will type import and then age hourly earnings XLSX first row clear. Age hourly earnings. Age hourly earnings. First row clear. I forgot to type Excel, sorry. Excel, yeah, so you need to specify the type, which is Excel. So age hourly earnings. LS6. First row clear. So you can see that. So the clear is the same as a clear here. So now the STATA cleared the first data sets, which is working hour that we import. And now they load the new data sets, which is the Excel file called age hourly earnings. So you can see here, we successfully import them. And yeah, so if you would like to see what the data set is, you can simply click here. So it's called the data editor. So if you click it, then you can see the data set that you import in STATA. And the first row here means, so the first row command here is to allow the first row of the Excel spreadsheet to be used as variable names in STATA. So this is the first row of the spreadsheet. Yes. Yeah, so so we just operated all the command in the command window. So you can see it, we can execute them directly there. But the problem is that you can see from the like layout in the STATA. So every time when we executed the command in the command window, it will show what we would like to operate. But the problem is that you cannot keep the record, so you cannot really record what you write or what you operated. So that's why we need the do file to help us record down what we operated in STATA. So as well, yeah, so for your assignments and term paper, a well-commented do file is required. So there are several ways of open a do file. So the easiest way to do it is to just click here. So you can see it's called new do file editor. So if you click it, then the do file editor will pop up and you can record your commands here. And the second way is to write down do edit in the command window. And then when you click enter, it will pop out as well. So now when we open the do file, so now we are going to save the do file, and then we can type dir in the command to check that the do file has been properly stored. So if you save, and then when you type dir in the command window, so you can see that in the working directory, there is a do file called untitled2. So this is how we check whether the do file is properly stored in the working directory. So now we can type the commands that we just wrote down in the command window. So for example, we can write use working hours DTA here. And then to execute this command in do file, so we need to highlight them first and then click here the execution option. And when we click it, so you can see that, so it will import the data set called working hours. And just as what we emphasized, so it's quite important to comment on the command that you write, because for example, if you simply write down this line called use working hours DTA clear, it's not that clear that like for people to understand what you are writing. You may think that like it's just a line here, like so it will not be that complex. But for example, if you are going to write your term paper, and you might use like lots of comments in the do file, and if you don't comment them and like make it clear about what you are going to operate in the do file, it will make us and also other people difficult to know what you are going to do in do file. So we need to explain it and comment the code. So how we comment the code are two ways. So the first one is by typing a star here. So this is called load the data set. So as you can see, the color of comment is different from the color of command. So the comment is green and the command is blue and black. And the other way is to type double right slashes. So you can also type like the same, load the data set. So it's quite important to put star or double right slashes in front of your comment, because if you don't put either these two signs in front of your comment, the STATA will recognize them as command. And when you simply click the execute option, it will cause an error. So I'll show you. For example, if I directly write load the data set and then I execute them, so you can see that here are like mistakes because STATA cannot recognize the command called load. Yeah, so the last part that I would like to say in today's seminar is some useful resources for STATA. So trial and error is the basis of learning how to write a well-functioning code. So I'm still learning as well. So like I don't know everything about STATA as well. So if you get stuck in STATA, then there are some resources online to help you. So the first one is actually you can try to find the answer in STATA. So if you write help in the command window, then you can um, try to search for the answers of your questions. And the second one is, of course, Google. So this is the most straightforward way. And the third one is the UCLA Startup Portal. So if you enter this website, then you can see um, many explanations of comments along with samples. So this is today's seminar. And if you have any questions, just feel free to send email to me. And see you next week. Thank you.